Hi guys, Tracy here again. Okay, so let me ask you something. What is the cost of staying where you are? Because we often ask what it will take to move forward, to step forward into change, into clarity, into purpose, but rarely do we stop and ask, what's the price if I don't? What if the greatest risk isn't the leap, but rather staying stuck? So today I just want to talk about the layers in life, the ones that can really blur our vision, numb our purpose, and leave us wondering, who am I anymore? And these are some of the things that will keep these layers, keep us stuck. Now, maybe you've thought life would look different now. You've worked hard, you've prayed faithfully, you've made choices that you believed were right, but that career didn't flourish the way you imagined, or the marriage hasn't looked like you hoped it would, and somewhere along the way, without even meaning to, you've lost your way and you've started playing small. That quiet ache of disappointment becomes a layer, and it tells you not to dream too big, not to expect too much, and slowly you stop asking yourself the deeper questions like, what do I really truly want? What are my deepest desires? And where is God in this season? And how is He at work in my life? You stop asking these deeper questions. Or maybe your layer was a betrayal, a decision that didn't go the way that you planned, a health diagnosis that changed everything. Pain has this insidious way of rewriting our inner narrative. You can't trust anyone. You've missed your chance. It's too late. Why even try? Those stories, they become layers too. They don't just shape how you show up in life, they shape who you believe you are. It's not what happens to us, but what we make it mean about us that bites. And before long, even your prayers and your purpose shrink to match the pain instead of the promises. But hear me, your true self, your most authentic self, is still there, under those layers, desperate to align with God's eternal purpose, still alive, just waiting for room to breathe. And I hope that this conversation will serve as a gentle nudge, an invitation to peel back the layers and lean into the discomfort, and to say yes to the deepest story God is telling through your life. Regret has this sneaky way of stealing momentum, but aligned action gets us back on track. So grab your journal, some paper, and let's talk about the price of regret and the power of alignment. So here's the truth. Life layers over time. Every season, decision, heartbreak, and highlight adds a layer to who we are. It informs us about who we are. But eventually those layers can start to blur your view. You forget what was once foremost. You lose touch with your why. And then one day you catch yourself thinking, is this it? Like, seriously. Peeling back those layers is not always easy, and it takes soul work, your mind, your emotions, and your will. It takes courage, reflection. It takes time. And yes, it can be very uncomfortable. But friend, that discomfort is often the first sign of growth. So if unpacking this anatomy of alignment, your what, your why, your who, feels messy and hard or deeply confronting, it's because it's messy and deeply confronting work, and good, because it actually means you're not on autopilot anymore. You're awake and you're on your way. So let me ask you another question. In the context of exploring your deepest desires in alignment with God's eternal purpose, if not now, when? When will you do it? Will you wait until life feels less full? Will you keep putting off what matters, hoping that one day it'll feel easier or clearer? How old are you now? I want you to think of your age. What is it? I'm 61. I want you to picture yourself, close your eyes and picture yourself in 5 years' time. So in 5 years' time, I'll be 66, or maybe 10 years' time from today. Seriously, who do you want to be? And what do you wish you said yes to now? Will you be the version of yourself who leaned into, who prayerfully asked the hard questions, who got honest with herself about her values, who lived it with intention in light of eternity? Or will you look back and feel the weight of what if? Regret is heavy, but here's the beautiful thing. Regret can also point you to different choices. You get to choose a different story. Purpose, clarity, alignment. These are not reserved for perfect people with perfect timing. They're for women like you, women who are willing to pause, reflect, and do the hard work. Thomas Jefferson once said, "Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act, because action delineates and defines you." I love that, because we don't discover who we are in abstract. We discover it in the doing, in the actions. So as you reflect on what's stirring in you today, don't just leave it on the page. Let your insights become invitations. That's why every step of the journey includes action, practical prompts, brave questions, spaces to get honest. Not because you need more to do, but because transformation lives on the other side of application. You were made to live aligned, my friend, with what matters most to you and with the divine purpose that God has planted inside you. Not just for a life that looks good on the outside, but for one that feels grounded, true, and fully alive on the inside. So here's your invitation. Peel back those layers. Ask the hard questions. If not now, when? Let your actions align with your values. Because the cost of regret is too high, but the reward of living aligned, man, there's nothing like it. Now, hopefully these conversations will encourage you and inspire you, and join the journey along the way. Ask the questions. You can leave comments below. You can download the Purpose Guide. That's a really great place to start. The link is in the bio. There's also a link there where you can download a values elicitation exercise and just go back and find the videos, the steps 1, 2, 3. We're here for you. Don't forget to subscribe for more soul deep, purpose-driven, coachy type conversations. Let's live aligned and let's live fully alive. I'll see you next time.